You know, guys, in Saturday's video report, when I broke down both of your big dance games, I mentioned that I liked the Florida Gators against Louisville on Saturday, but I couldn't make a wager on them. I couldn't release them as a play other than as a week free pick selection because in reality, you just didn't have that much that separated these two teams. And really, the only reason, as I pointed out, that I like Florida was that the Gators were a good 3-point shooting team. But if they didn't hit their 3-point shots, they couldn't win the game. And you can't bet on a team when that is the only thing that's going for them, whether or not they can hit a 3-point shot. Well, in the first half, they could yesterday. You saw what happened in the second half. 9 consecutive misses from 3-point land to end the game for the Gators, allowing Louisville to go on that 18-3 run. And that win by Louisville was a costly one to a couple of handicappers here at the site because Scott Delaney was going for his third consecutive big 80-dime winner. Excuse me, guys. And had the Florida Gators yesterday. And of course, Dom Chambers had a 100-dime play on Florida as well. So it was one of those victories that was snatched away from everyone that had the Gators yesterday. And Louisville certainly picked up the cash. As for my other free pick, scored with Ohio State. Now, listen, guys, today I'm going to break down both your big dance games again because I think there's very little that separates one matchup, North Carolina and Kansas. And I think there's some mitigating factors that we really don't have the answer for that preclude me from making a selection on the Kentucky-Baylor game. Although the Wildcats, to me, seem like an obvious choice. I'll discuss both of those games for you in just a moment. Plus, I'll give you a money-saving discount coupon code that will save you $15 off a single purchase today. But first, quickly, let's go to who's hot and who's not. Well, I already told you who's not, and I'll add myself to that list too in just a moment. Craig Davis, so, what can I tell you about Craig Davis? Looking for winning day number 8 out of 10 today. Bottom line, since February 1st, $10 bettors have won $6,305. And since just the past 32 days, a little over a month, those same $10 bettors have won $4,795 today. Maximum wager release from Craig Davis, guys. 100-dime winner number 3 in a row. He's had just 2 100-dime releases all season long. Those two teams have combined to win their games by 57 points. Yes. First one was Davidson over NC Greensboro by 29 points back on January 5th. The next one was Notre Dame. Remember that game, a 3 to 2.5 point favorite at home, beating up West Virginia by 28 points on February 22nd. So here you have a season that began back in November. And today, Craig has his third 100-dime max wager release of the year going today. It's on the Kansas-North Carolina contest. Remember, he ended the NFL season by hitting his final 200-dime releases there. Texans and the the Ravens in the over versus the Texans in the divisional round of the playoffs. And then, of course, in the conference championship, he had a teaser on the Ravens and Giants that Sunday. Going for another one today from Craig Davis. Anthony Red, it's like a broken record. And sometime when you go to dinner and listen to A-Red, it's like a broken record too, but that's just beside the point. A-Red won again yesterday. I mean, are we shocked at this point? I mean, seriously, guys, are we stunned? Yesterday, 25-dime trifecta, cashed in with Louisville, cashed in with Mercer, lost with Syracuse, but hey, that game could have won either way. You saw how it ended. Here's the bottom line. Today, he has 40-dime winner number 8 out of 11. It's another college dog. 3 college games today. One of them is a dog, and he's on it, baby. 20-6 run with 25-dime releases, and this play is bigger than those. 40-dime winner number 8 out of 11. The numbers for Anthony Red over the past 67 days, his overall record 65-33, and $10 bettors have won $11,997.50. I mean, $2.50 shy of 12 grand. That's an amazing run and a 67-day period, guys. Another guy who's hot today is Jeff Benton. He is looking for 100-dime winner number 6 out of 7. And, excuse me, guys. And also, just as strong as his 100-dime winners as he had on NC State, covering against Kansas on Friday and Florida outright against Marquette on Thursday. 100-dime winner today, Kansas and North Carolina. 12 of 16 winning days for the big play specialist, the self-proclaimed big play specialist. And finally, Chris Jordan today. Top-rated 1,000-star release. Biggest play of the big dance so far. Kansas, North Carolina. Boy, everybody's in love with the Kansas, North Carolina game. I think it's a hard game to win myself, just personal opinion. Looking for winning day number 5 in a row. $1 bettors have won $2,000 the past 2 nights alone. This is twice as strong as his 500-star winner on Ohio State yesterday. He also had a 400-star winner on Kentucky on Friday night. 600-star winner on Wisconsin on Thursday. So, again, there you go. Top-rated 1,000-star play going for Chris Jordan today as well. One other guy I had to mention, guys. Derek Mancini. Yesterday, second biggest play of his career. I'm sorry, biggest play of his career. Second ever 89 college basketball release. Loser with Syracuse. He was certainly playing, though, however, from a position of strength as... he'd been on quite a roll, and he still is. He still won 15 to 20 days, 23-9 the last 32 days, where a $10 better is still, despite yesterday's loser on the Orangeman, still up $3,760. Now listen, your money-saving discount coupon code is going to be DANCE15. DANCE15, D-A-N-C-E, and the number 15, no space between them. DANCE15 will get you $15 off a purchase, a single purchase today from anybody at the site. DANCE15. Let's talk about the games today, guys. First of all, let's break down the Kentucky-Baylor game first. I think Kentucky is obviously the choice here in my book. I mean, I have not been impressed with Baylor all season long because in what I call step-up games, the Bears simply haven't delivered. I mean, they got drilled 92-74 at home to Kansas. They lost by 14. I'm sorry, at Kansas. They lost by 14 at home to the Jayhawks as well. They lost by 15 at Missouri. They lost by 8 at Iowa State. They lost by 15 to Missouri in the rematch this season. I mean, most games, they just did not play well in step-up contests. So why not get on Kentucky? Because, my God, after watching that replay incessantly since the first meeting with Indiana, non-stop on TV, the Wildcats were so focused and played so well Friday night against Indiana in the rematch, going 102-90, winning that game. How did they get up for this game? Plus, they also have the inherent disadvantage that they played after Baylor Xavier. So, they've got 4 or 5 hours less rest, and they're coming off such an emotional fever pitch type of game. Can they possibly play at peak efficiency again here on such short turnaround? I don't think Baylor's that good, but the one thing Baylor has is size, but more importantly, length. They play long, if you know what I mean, because every one of their starters, they're front court guys. I mean, they all have wingspans of over 7 foot. And let's face it, Baylor likes to drop back in the zone. Now, they have played a little more man-to-man down the stretch, but they're very comfortable falling into that 1-3-1 zone. Does Kentucky put you in mind of a good jump shooting team? A team that hits consistently from the perimeter? No. This is a team that likes to get the ball inside, and why not? With Gilchrist and with Davis and with Terrence Jones, that's going to be the key in this contest. So, although I think Kentucky is to play, and I can't personally, because Baylor's just failed miserably in every step-up game this season, I can't see grabbing the 8 to 8.5 points with Baylor, so I'll make a weak play on Kentucky. Now, the other game, North Carolina and Kansas. I mean, how do you possibly handicap this game not knowing for certain whether Marshall is going to play? And if Marshall, what he's going to play like in this game. Last Sunday I had a big play on North Carolina, 15-time release on North Carolina against Creighton, and Marshall was simply phenomenal. And you've seen how he's played here over the past month in the season. Now, he broke his non-shooting hand, the left hand, the wrist, I'm sorry, and he had the surgery. He returned to practice yesterday, but let's face it, it was no contact drills. Can he shoot? What happens if he gets bumped? Will he be able to penetrate? One of the keys to North Carolina's success here of late has been Marshall's upped his scoring, double-doubles in 6 of his last 7 games prior to getting hurt. This Kansas team, I haven't been impressed with the Jayhawks all season long. I'm sorry. This team can't shoot straight. They have won despite shooting miserably so far in the big dance. But I look at the NC State-Kansas game. NC State played physical, with them on Friday night. And that gave Kansas some problems and allowed the Wolfpack to get the backdoor cover in that contest. Does North Carolina put you in mind of a team that plays physical ball? Absolutely not. North Carolina is a bunch of greyhounds. They love to run the floor. They like that up-tempo pace, but they need their point guard in order to execute it. So, if Marshall does play today, of course, North Carolina does get the emotional lift. That can't be discounted. North Carolina is by far the more talented team athletically, but Kansas is going to play physical against them. Can North Carolina play physical against the Jayhawks? Again, I'm not impressed with Kansas. I will take a shot and go with North Carolina, though, however, in this contest. So, week plays, North Carolina and Kansas. And the one thing I want to mention, too, playing physical against opponent. Listen, guys, you always got to factor that in. Something I failed to do last night when I lost a 10-9 play on the Milwaukee Bucks. I looked at a Bucks team that had been on a roll, that had won 7 out of 8 games, that had been putting tons of points on the board. I looked at them playing a third game in 3 nights, but having the benefit of playing that game at home against a rival, the Indiana Pacers, playing the third game in 3 nights, and I figured that was a great time to jump on Milwaukee. It was only a 10-9 play, however, but it was a loser. Because why? Because the Pacers played physical. They dominated down low. They owned the paint. I still think they're grabbing rebounds and scoring down low against the Bucks even this morning as I speak. Major mistake. However, I've said it many times, you got to have short-term memory deficit when you do this, and you can't play scared. Guys, Oklahoma City, Miami. That's my favorite game today. I've been looking at that game since Friday night when I was lucky to escape with a teaser winner with Oklahoma City and Kentucky. It's a 15-9 play, FYI. It matches my biggest play of the season. I'm 26-13-1 with those plays in the NBA over the past 3 years combined. And that's my biggest play tonight, Miami and Oklahoma City. Good luck, guys, and I will catch you again on Monday. Remember that discount coupon code, again, is DANCE15. That'll save you $15 off a single purchase today.